Good evening, everyone. We are live and happy International Yoga Day today, 21st June. And today also happens to be the 21st episode of my series that is Wednesdays for Waste Warriors, WWW equals 5R. So, Pat and great, we did it. We are Prabha today with us, who's our guest, and she's from Bangalore, actively involved in. Hi, Lakshmipraba, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you so much.
Great. So, most welcome. I was just saying that today happens to be 21st June, International Yoga Day, and coincidentally, this is our 21st episode of Wednesdays for Waste Warriors. So, happy to have you. Welcome.
Thank you so
And
much.
looking
I'm
forward.
happy to be in your 21st episode.
Yes, thank you so much. And we are actually looking forward to learning so much from you because you wear multiple hats. And I guess that's everyone's desire or aspiration that we should be able to do many things and in many ways impact positively. So let me start with a little introduction about this program. How did it start? My Waste, My Responsibility is a group that started in 2021, and it was all people from many cities, around 25, 30 cities across India. They were all, we were all enthusiastic about waste management. And then this year we decided that we should make it active and start. So February we started Wednesdays for Waste Warrior, and it's like nearly end of June, and it has been received quite well. We have had guests from Ladakh to Coimbatore to Kolkata to like Bangalore, Pune, Mumbai, everywhere. So we want to bring out all these individual warriors who've been working tirelessly for a long time, and people can. And we also had guests from Kashmir. So, that far away, they are trying to make a difference and do things. So it's really exemplary. So very happy to have you, and let's start because there's so much to talk and so much to hear from you.
Sure.
Let me give a brief introduction. Brief would not be doing justice because you've done so much, but let me try. So since people are still joining, I'm going to talk about, like, you can also talk about, in between when we have like in 10-15 minutes what all you've done, and we'll talk about the books then. But a basic introduction I'll give. So Lakshmipraba is based out of Bangalore, and she's an environment sustainability coach, an author, speaker, and advisory consultant. She's the founder of Prithvi Mitra Innovations and Rent a Cutlery. So Rent a Cutlery is like Bartan Bank, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Where people take the steel cutlery instead of the disposable ones.
Absolutely. Yes, that is right.
Excellent. And you've written books for children, so they understand. Yeah, exactly. Amazing. And you also got an award for that, right? The Greenlit
Yes, I
Award.
did.
So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Amazing. And you've been incubated at IIM Bangalore. Was it part of the NSR cell?
NSR cell. I am incubated at NSR cell, which is part of IIM Bangalore.
Yes, yes. So I applied there, but after the first stage, I was not selected. So I understand that I still have more to learn and more to go.
Oh, this
Then,
had multiple attempts, Anuja, before I could get in actually.
but that's what. So we'll keep trying.
Awesome.
And you have done your, this is online, the Strategic Communication for Sustainability Leaders
Yes. Yeah,
um, from University of Maryland. And
that's
then
right.
also the ESG sustainability reporting. That is a very in thing now. Like everyone's focusing on ESG. And I think I hope that they don't forget about SDGs while focusing on ESG. And you've created awareness and impacted 14,000 plus people toward environment friendly living in the last about 9 years, a
Yeah.
decade. So
Yeah.
amazing. That's really good. We want
14,000
to,
is just a number,
yeah,
but it's much more than that. Yeah.
yeah. And we would love to hear about it and, understand everybody who joins, how can they do it? How can they replicate it in their cities?
Yeah.
That's what we always, uh,
Absolutely.
highlight,
Yes.
because all these things are doable. You don't need a gadget or machinery to do it. It just is your confidence, and you speak and you are assertive and you go and achieve it. So all the obstacles and challenges you shared, if you would be kind to share it with our participants, then they would
Sure.
also like to attempt that. Great.
Absolutely.
And you have reduced 200,000 plus single-use disposables from getting burnt in landfill through renter cutlery. So that is, again, we had Samira Satija a couple of weeks ago, and she also had started the crockery bank in Gurgaon,
Yes.
and that's similar. So really good that we
Yeah.
have that wave, and everyone's recognizing how important it is.
Absolutely. Because this initiative, myself, I started with my friend in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So we have entered the 7th year now with this initiative.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you are on a journey to inspire 10 million lives to shift to an
Absolutely.
environment friendly living by enabling low waste and toxin free lifestyle.
Absolutely.
That's your vision.
Yes.
Amazing. So I
Thank
welcome you
you.
once again. Welcome, Lakshmi. And how did this start?
So in 2014, this started in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
when we as a family, were seeing a TV reality show.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Sunday family time, and a documentary, a TV reality show. Don't see, it's a documentary. A reality show
Mm-hmm.
actually displayed, depicted what happens when we, at household level, throw garbage, all mixed in a big black garbage cover, only to be dumped into a beautiful village outside my city, Bangalore. And I couldn't see the plight of the villagers. It's a beautiful village with thriving life, plants, trees, animals, young, old, everybody with agricultural lands, completely being spoiled by dumping of the city waste. So
That's
it was
right.
a clear, yeah, it was a clear act of not in my backyard attitude.
Yeah.
And that something really, it was a big slap I felt on my face. And like the tectonic plates move during an earthquake, so something just shifted in me around inside. Maybe that was, a kind of a voice which said, how can I be a solution? And I was always, now if I reflect back, I was always an action taker,
Mm-hmm.
not just sit,
Mm-hmm.
crib, complain, point fingers at someone else, but turn that finger towards me. What is it that I have to do as a citizen? What is it that I have to do as a resident of this planet? And that time, as the saying goes, when the student is ready, the master appears.
Yeah.
When we start seeking, everything starts opening up. And that's how I started seeing we as a family, how we can be the change. And I believe in Mahatma Gandhiji's quote that be the change I want to see in the world. If I want to see a cleaner world, absolutely I have to contribute to that cleanliness from starting from my house,
True.
starting from my life. This has been, kind of a value, a belief. and we started seeing ways how to segregate. And at that time is when the solid waste management rules for household segregation also started.
Yeah.
And that gave another hold for me to start seeking for guidances, and I started getting connected to mentors and organizations, citizen organizations, and volunteer groups who were working in this, because I was a regular person who thought my house is clean when I throw the garbage totally mixed out of my house to my housekeeping staff, but never aware of where it
Yeah.
goes. It's not magic. It doesn't vanish in the thin air.
That's
So this is how it started. It started with waste segregation, but prior to that, my husband had sown the seed for sustainable living by shifting our food habits from chemical-laden food, which is pesticide food, to pesticide-free or lower pesticide food to begin with, which contributes to our family health. And then the waste segregation happened, and then one step after the other started happening.
that's true. That it always of the story.
We
And
lost you a little bit,
okay,
yeah. Now it's fine. Yeah.
taking the first step is the most difficult part of any action or any um, wish to do something or bring a
Yes,
change. But once you
absolutely.
take that first step, then the second, then the third, and then it just, it is a path that you've carved. So it's really nice. And I am I'm glad that it happened so many years ago. And 2016 is when the solid waste management regulations were put together. And we in 2023 are still struggling that the 2016 regulations are not being implemented.
Mm,
So that
mm.
implementation has been a very big gap we've seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And
although there are,
enforcement.
yes, and enforcement, exactly, because if you notice, and the regulations cover most of it, but and now there is an EPR modification as well, amendment as well, but it covers most of it. Even if like 50% had been implemented or executed by now, we would have seen a sea of change. But let's be hopeful, and let's be the catalysts who will drive this and make the execution possible. So my next question is, you all adopted and moved to this toxin-free, environment-friendly lifestyle. How did Rent a Cutlery happen?
Okay. So 2015, I started volunteering. 2014, say the change started happening. We started seeking, and in Karnataka specifically, the source segregation was brought in as a rule. And eventually, 2016, it became the law of the country, ideally. As you rightly said, the implementation enforcement was not great, though in Bangalore, the citizen volunteers and organizations were very, very active. In fact, I started volunteering in solid waste management with a citizen organization called Whitefield Rising in 2015. And as we were working with at the ward level, starting to attend some BBMP ward level meetings, and started engaging with the local dry waste collection center, women's self-help group. So our ward was managed by women's self-help group. The ward around 8 wards were managed by women's self-help group. So we got a chance to visit the DWCC, which is the dry waste collection center, etc. And one main reason, as a huge mounting problem of garbage that we could evidently see as a citizen volunteer, one of the causes, I would say one of the main causes, was the generation of single-use disposable cutlery. Because it was a rampant organizing of flea markets and apartment level functions or events, puja, big events, small events, everything because of the convenience factor,
Yeah.
replacing the reusables, which the good old times that we used to live in, or the banana leaves or the sal patta ka plate,
Yeah.
or the leaf donne we used to have, all that were being replaced with thermocol cutlery, with single-use plastic cutlery, the tumblers for water. It was being replaced with a plastic tumbler, and people started finding it very easy. This was one of our main pain point as citizens. So myself and my friend, and when we were talking and reflecting, these are all the problems. There are so many that cause to the garbage issue, but
Mm-hmm.
what is that one thing probably we can see how we can be a solution? Again, it came to the how we can be a solution. So myself and my friend, Rishita, we started really brainstorming with the citizen organization, my mentor,
Mm-hmm.
and other citizen groups. Okay, so if we are saying that single-use disposable cutlery is a problem, we started taking our own plate even to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of generating those, and we started carrying our own water bottles. We
Yeah.
don't get the Whistlera bottles. Sorry, we don't get the single-use mineral bottles. But can we enforce it on the others?
Mm-hmm.
No, unless we give an alternative which can
Yeah.
be availed, accessed, and used, it doesn't change, will not happen.
True.
So that is when the spark said, okay, tent houses are there.
Mm-hmm.
People at tent houses do give cutlery, but why are not people going and getting?
Mm-hmm.
Hygiene comes into picture. Now that has been there for existing many years,
Mm-hmm.
but we've stopped going to it
Mm-hmm.
because thinking of it's not clean, they are not maintaining it, blah blah blah. So we thought, okay, now let us start in our own community, smaller, radius level where we can start giving cutleries on rental.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how myself and my friend, we invested about 170 sets of cutlery,
Okay.
plate, bowl, spoon, tumbler,
Mm-hmm.
and each of us, we were at a distance of 1 kilometer.
Mm-hmm.
So we started creating awareness to people that, and we were supported greatly by the citizen organization Whitefield Rising, because it was an absolutely impactful awareness that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So we started promoting, saying that, okay, we have a solution for reusable cutlery. So would you like to try
Mm-hmm.
it? And that is how we started this initiative.
And how was the response?
Initially, it was very slow, but we started talking through Facebook. Facebook was very active.
Yeah.
So we started talking about it. There was no Insta Live or Facebook Live, nothing.
Mm.
So we started creating posts on this. Through the citizen organization, we started receiving response. They have a very big community in Facebook. So they started promoting us for the good initiative that it is by the citizens for the environment and the people.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how slowly we started getting response. Then people who started using really felt how much amount of waste they have actually saved.
Yeah.
Any single small party of even 15 guests who are going to use 4-piece cutlery at a time easily save 60 single-use disposables from ending in the landfill. It needs a little planning, a little organization, but it's not very difficult to do. So
That's
that's
true.
how we started. And at that time, there was a very big cutlery bank also that was existent in Bangalore, which had about 10,000 sets. They are still there.
Wow.
And there was one more citizen who was running this venture at her own level. So we three were ideally the cutlery banks that started in 2016. And eventually, slowly, we, as an instrument, I won't say we have done it, we are an instrument to inspire more cutlery banks many cutlery banks to come in Bangalore and across India. As far as Boston, someone started, but she stopped when COVID struck. And someone is also studying, doing a study in MIT about our cutlery bank. Rent a cutlery is what I heard. So,
Very nice. That's
and
really nice.
also, yeah, and also our main, idea is to that every apartment or a ward or a municipal level should have their own cutlery bank, especially with growing skyscrapers and apartment buildings coming. Every community association should have their own cutlery banks to make their events, and even the residents for their house events,
Yeah.
they can go disposable free. And the carbon footprint we are going to save is huge.
Yes.
The pollution we are going to save is huge.
Yes.
Health benefit is huge.
I completely agree with you. I am a big supporter and promoter of using these uh, reusables, because you can use them again and again and again.
Yeah,
It's just one time
yeah,
investment, you know.
absolutely.
So when people say that who will wash and all that,
Yeah,
so those are all lame
yeah.
excuses.
Mhm.
They also have argued that on one hand you talk about water scarcity, and on the other hand you are promoting steel plates which needs to be washed. So what kind of solutions are you promoting? So you know
I would
those
like to
are,
answer.
yes,
Definitely, these are all questions repetitively which comes.
yeah,
First, our mindset is the block. Second, the willingness to change always, as it's human nature. There is no one to blame. There's nothing wrong in it. Our mindset does take time to change. But we should also understand that to make that paper a thermocol plate, energy, resources, water is used.
yeah,
Even after disposal, the carbon emission, carbon footprint continues. To make a paper cup, which is not actually a paper but has a thin line of plastic inside, is made by cutting trees.
yeah,
And to make 1 ton of paper pulp, it takes 17 trees to be cut. Imagine the oxygen givers, the tree, but what do we use that paper cup for? Just to drink it and throw it.
totally,
They use bleach to make it white.
yeah,
So they use wax inside coating so that it can hold the liquid.
yes,
So these are all hidden things which is not seen to us, but they also consume huge amount of resources, energy, water, electricity, everything. So it is a mindset block. The simplest we can do is have your own cutlery banks and use, wash, rinse, and reuse.
yeah. I am so happy that we are talking, because this is exactly what I say. So it seems like I'm getting back what I say, but I'm enjoying this conversation, because this is what everyone's script should be. When you hammer them with the same information, same thing, because we are not like, it's not a made up fake information. This
Yeah,
is scientific, research based, evidence based. When you drink hot liquid in a paper cup, which is supposed to have that plastic and wax lining, otherwise paper will just be squished. How will a
yes.
paper cup,
Mm.
if it's a paper cup, hold a hot liquid? Now,
Yeah,
that has to be thought about. So
exactly.
because of their convenience and the comfort, or whatever laziness, people have just adopted these, and they are like,
Yes,
oh no, no, right now we don't have time for this, we'll do it next time. So
yes.
I always tell them that you are inviting cancer for free, and that's your choice. I really can't say anything else. But when after this rent a cutlery, and when you got good support, what was the next thing that happened?
So in 2016 we started this. It was going strong till only from 2020 to 2022 during the COVID is alone, when nobody wanted cutlery, no function
Yeah.
happened, nothing. So we were lying, we were just there creating awareness and all those things. So 2017, I would say 2016 only it started, or 2015 end. So there are two big lakes in Bangalore called Vartur and Belandur Lake. They made to international news for the wrong reasons, that they caught fire. Belandur Lake caught fire in the middle of the lake with puking smoke, and Vartur Lake was puking out fog. The jag was coming,
Oh,
foam was coming
foam.
out on the road.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
foam was coming out on the road. Belandur Lake caught fire in the middle of the lake,
How is
actually.
that possible?
The chemical reaction, you can go and check what happened there. So this news came as a biggest eye-opening for me. My second tectonic plate moment came there, because I understood that it was not because only of the industrial effluents that this was happening, but also because of the raw sewage from the
Yeah.
residential communities, which were being led into the water bodies, which were also causing it. Then I was thinking, how can this cause what happened? Then I understood that the chemicals that we use in the form of floor cleaner, toilet cleaner, the cosmetics that we put and wash off, the dish cleaning, pretty much everything we use at the home level and dispose it in the sewage, basically, drain it off. Every chemical that we use, even the pesticide in the
Yeah.
vegetables that we wash, were also responsible.
Yeah.
So my search again started. How can I be a solution? How can we as a family contribute to be the change makers? Then dawned the solution that there is a natural cleaner we can make with citrus
Yeah.
peels, which is citrus peel
Bye.
bioenzyme natural cleaner. I started making it at home for 2 years from 2015. Yes, it's 2015. Thank you, Kamboj Bindya.
Yeah.
She has also told it's 2015. So I started making it at home, diligently, religious, I mean, very, very like a meditative, and replaced immediately once I started making it, um, to replace my floor cleaner and toilet cleaner first, and did it for 2 years. We could see that when we shifted that floor cleaner into the with the natural variant, we were seeing the positive atmosphere. We could feel the positivity better, definitely. And then after 2 years, I joined a community awareness initiative. I became a partner director of a company where we were manufacturing citrus peel bioenzymes in bulk. We were creating, all these are from, juice
Yeah.
shops and wealth out of
Yeah.
waste. And it's a huge carbon footprint save, less energy consumption that was happening. And we were also creating awareness through farmers markets
Yeah.
and various flea markets events on how you can do your own bioenzyme cleaner. If you
Yes.
can't, you can buy it from us. Then people started making it and also started selling it. So that is a moment from 2017 to 2020 end, so almost 2020 end, December. I was there, as a co-founder, as a partner director, I would say, manufacturing using citrus peel bioenzymes, soap nuts, shikakai, which is our native,
Yeah.
fruits and berries, basically, which had been the cleansing agents for years,
Yeah.
and wood ash. So replacing your chemicals, understood how skin it enters, the chemicals enters, toxins enter. So what are the natural variants? So how can you use a bath powder? How can you opt for a chemical-free soap? with pure essential oils for fragrance instead of synthetic
Yeah.
scents,
Yeah.
which enters into the skin. Within 60 seconds, the toxins enter our skin. So this was a huge opening up for me at a very bigger level, and that was my next thing that I entered into. So that was till 2020 December.
So are you still part of the like, are you still making those products?
I am part of them as an external partner
Okay.
now, external contributor and tie-up, but not a partner director formally anymore there. So I started Prithvi Mitra in 2021 because that was my bigger calling,
Okay.
that my passion towards the environment, which I know a lot of people thought I was doing it as a hobby, but actually it was actually a life purpose. So it turned into a purpose where I felt the calling was bigger for me, and I wanted to be an instrument to impact huge number of people, and that's how Prithvi Mitra started.
Why don't you tell us something about Prithvi Mitra? It sounds,
Sure.
it sounds
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. So Prithvi Mitra is, I'm an advisory consultant. I'm a speaker. We offer services on waste management and toxin-free natural living. So this is the main niche that I specialize or have expertise in. And of course, everything related to climate change, sustainable living, sustainability, carbon footprint. So my target audience are corporates where I do repetitive speaker sessions, on these topics of environment sustainability. So I'm an environment sustainability coach, and this is the service level that we offer. Products, Prithvi Mitra also offers green gifting, eco-friendly products, which is completely natural and chemical free. It can be non-toxic incense also. It can be pure essential oils. It can be natural mosquito repellent also, which can be used for your community as a whole, as an alternative to your chemical fogging. And it has proved to be working well
That's
also.
that's nice.
So, and tree-free paper alternatives. So these are all the things. And this year, I became an author. My journey, why I became an author, actually to release this book. My book name is Suju Learns to be a Green Warrior. I will definitely put the link in the
Yes,
comment
yes,
section.
definitely.
Amazon. So this is again my 8-year journey as conscious consumer, which I wanted to share it with the children. This is for 5 to 10-year-old children.
Amazing.
Why? Yeah, why? Because I always connected with children, have conducted a lot of sessions on waste segregation and conscious living. And for me, I felt strongly that the grassroots level penetration, the seed of transformation for responsible citizens has to begin at young age.
That's
Catch
true.
them young, they
Yes.
say. And this, when the seed is sown, this is my intent with which I've written the book. This seed will bloom, grow into a mighty tree
Yeah.
and of conscious living or responsible citizen. And I also intend this book to be part of primary school education, which definitely I request all your wishes and support too.
All the best.
So
All the best. We definitely want garbage management, waste management, because we believe it is the first climate action that any individual can take,
yeah,
wherever, whichever level they are. So waste management has to be done, and children are great ambassadors and great influencers.
yes,
So when we catch them young, we can bring that change at home, in
yeah,
class, and then when they grow up in college, workplaces. So yes, we totally agree with you, and we understand that. And it takes a village. So
Yes.
all of us are the villagers, the fellow people other than the parents, who keep contributing to whatever knowledge or strategies or best practices or learnings that we've gathered over the years, and share it with others. So
Absolutely.
here's someone's asking, please tell in detail about the chemical free fogging. um, Maybe you
Yeah.
can give
So
a
it
gist
just,
about it.
yeah, just a brief, let me tell, so that I don't occupy your space. We have more to share. So definitely you can connect with me, Bindya. So a short brief is the chemical, the regular fogging, which is done with, fuel and gas, the compressed gas, which fogging is done. Contains harmful chemicals, which is spreads as minute particles in the air. It not only pollutes air, it also pollutes the water and the soil
Ground.
completely. And yes, the groundwater. And the chemicals also is ingested, inhaled by us, and also comes in contact when we are in that vicinity when it is done.
Yeah.
And this adds to our systems completely. Our health is spoiled as well as the environment. So what about the mosquito part? The mosquitoes are warded off. They are not uh, killed as far as we understand. But with the alternative method, this is a concentrate liquid which has to be diluted and just sprayed regular garden sprayer. And this is 100% natural, which does not pollute your air, water, and soil, with pure essential oils and neem, which is all the more very
Yeah.
effective for so many things.
Yeah.
So this is very small brief I wanted to share here. More details you can connect with me.
Yeah, you can maybe post your link or the website for this thing, and then they can visit it and check it out.
Sure, I'll do
Great,
that.
great. So, you wrote the book because you wanted to share, and then what after that? Like, how did you get the illustrator, or
Oh yeah,
how did you put the book
yes.
team together?
I would like to show, actually, this book, this is not about promoting the book here, Anuja. I would love to share why I wrote this book. The whole book is about, very simple, as you rightly said. Do not, the whole message of the book is do not litter. Please put the waste in the right color dustbin. So it is our own story, 8 year story. The book is called Suju Learns to be a Green Warrior. And this is Suju, and this is my pet name is Suja.
Okay,
And I've
okay.
written from my inner child perspective.
That's
But
cool.
it's from our own life.
Mm-hmm.
And the 8 year life it took 1 year for me to write. I'll just show you 1 or 2 pages actually.
Is it
So
in
here,
only in English or Tamil also?
uh, I'm looking to get it translated now. With God's grace, universe support, I would love to get it translated into all 18 languages. If there is any support I could get, I would love to take it.
Yeah,
So,
amazing.
yeah. So this, if you see, so if you see, Suju sees that, the village, the landfill scene is also shown,
Mm-hmm.
and the villages are all getting
Sick. Mm-hmm.
hospitalized. And so there is a dinner table conversation that happens as a family.
Mm-hmm.
They start speaking, what is this? Why
Mm-hmm.
is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
And our Mother Earth is crying. So
Mm-hmm.
that is how Suju's mother, Lachu, and starts saying how you can actually segregate your bin, your waste, and what all goes into what.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how it beautifully goes. It also ends with, I've given 2 activities,
Mm-hmm.
which is also a total flow of the experience that I had, and that thirst, that knowledge, and especially topics like
Yeah.
this, I wanted to make it the most interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And for the illustrations part, whatever I had it in my heart, I wanted the person to bring out that emotions and that, the spark. You can see a
Yeah.
spark in each character's eyes. So I worked with Sonal Goyal. She's my illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
She has been working with Tinkle and Champak for 20 years. I wanted the best, and I didn't turn anywhere else because she could bring out the whole thing out. And the foreword is written by my mentor, Dr. Radha Krishnan Pillai, who is an author of 21 Chanakya books, and he launched the book online. Actually, he unveiled the book for me, so I am very
Amazing.
grateful and humble, very humbled actually.
Very nice, very nice. See, that's what I asked you, because when you write a book, as in just words, it's okay, because someone's just reading it and visualizing it the way they want it. But here, when you have a picture book, you need
Yes,
to give that exact thing what you have it in your mind,
yes,
how it is placed. So you need an illustrator, and
yes,
that's why it's so important to get the correct match.
yes.
And I'm
She
glad
was
that happened.
aligned also.
Yes,
See, this is what it is, Anuja, like when our intentions are pure and we want to bring out something really good that is going to benefit a huge number of people, huge, for the entire planet, automatically the support comes through the right people.
I believe.
And that's how I see it and experience. Yeah.
See, the universe conspires to make it happen. That's exactly, I have experienced that so many times, many times, nearly every day. So I totally believe in that, and I am so glad that you've experienced yourself. And I
Yeah.
also want that all the participants, all the listeners, all the people who are on this journey, who've taken this journey, should experience that. Once their intention is to solve a problem, not create and be a roadblock, then it will all start flowing. But it takes
Yeah.
time. It takes
Yes,
certain
absolutely.
time. Yeah. So now, what next should we talk about? We should talk about family support, because that
Yes,
is a very important, very important for a woman,
very important.
especially, and that too when you are doing into kachra management. Like what is wrong with you? So do tell us something
Absolutely.
about that.
Absolutely. So, my husband has been a great support, giving me wings to actually be who I am. And I would say he was the one first main person. Of course, then my son comes, and then my parents and my entire family also, who has been always blessing and encouraging me. But the first immediate circle is your husband. In my case, is my husband and my son. So my husband actually was gave me the broad ground, saying that only one thing he said: if you're not getting burnt, do it. If you're feeling happy doing it, do it.
Yes.
If it is going to burn you or not going to work, stop it.
Yeah.
And he sowed the seed, as I told you, he sowed the seed of shifting our food choices. So I was a regular housewife, asked him, why should we really change our food habit to chemical free,
Mm-hmm.
one spending 1.5 times more? And the answer he gave me, no turning back. I didn't ask him, because he said, do you want to pay that money to a doctor for your disease, or you want to invest in yourself and our family for the better health?
Yes.
And no questions asked after that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we do that, because we
Yes,
are
absolutely.
investing in our health.
Yeah.
You know, even if you invest in the doctor, let's say you
Mm.
say that, okay, I would rather give it to the doctor. Once you develop that need to go to a doctor for some ailment, there is no guarantee that you'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
So why not? Why take chances, and why not just do it? Like a precaution. Like
Yeah.
we say, prevention is better than cure.
Right.
So it's a good, very wise words, and great choice. Amazing.
Yeah.
So now that you have accomplished so many of your dreams and whatever you had thought, or maybe some things just happened and you never thought that life will be like this. So what next? What are you thinking? What do you want to do? What is your next plan?
Before that, I'll answer
Yeah.
Bindya's sharing. Because I can understand from where she is sharing. There are many people who do this, and it is not a cakewalk for me. Also, let me make it very clear: it's not a cakewalk. And people who are seeing my victory or the success now, they are seeing the tip of the iceberg now.
Exactly.
From the base where lot of struggles have been there, lot of pains have been there, lot of crying has been there, lot of hurt has been there. You ask anything, everything was there.
Yeah.
And now if I'm
Why don't you share your struggle? Let's not talk
yeah, sure.
only about the good things. It's important to share our
I,
struggles.
I would
Very important,
I
in
would
fact.
I would love to, because today's Lakshmi, whatever I'm standing, is the transformed Lakshmi who is still in the process of more transformations. So this is an activist Lakshmi turned into a grounded environmentalist Lakshmi. So when I was an activist, saying, oh my God, people are putting this, oh my God, this is not happening, that is not happening, I am doing, our family is doing, why they are not doing. It all ended in me burning out. It ended in my family suffering because I was taking the pressure on me. Was it really worth? No. But just keep doing your action happily. Do what you can happily. You will automatically see when I change from inside, or what I try to do, only when we expect from others, it's an issue, no?
Yes.
It's a hurt, no?
Yeah.
It's a pain, right? Why to expect? You do your bit, I will do my bit.
Exactly.
Automatically, when your intent is there, you're powerfully doing what you're doing, that will change the people perspective around, because you stop seeing from inside that, okay, I'm not looking at anyone's seeing what I'm doing, I'm doing what I'm doing. That's it.
Yes,
Very
exactly.
simple. But now I'm telling, it was a struggle. All you need to do is leave it calmly and joyfully for anyone else. That at a point I was thinking, am I doing for somebody else? Am I doing for the citizen groups? Am I doing for the zero waste group? I'm sorry, boss. No. It's for me I'm doing. It's for my health I'm doing. My health and my planet health, everything is aligned. You are more powerful in that way. You don't need to prove anyone. You don't need to show anyone. As simple, your family will be inspired. Trust me, the groundedness, joy in which you do, just keep doing. If others don't do, don't try to correct them. Please don't to correct them. It is their choice ultimately.
Exactly. And
So,
I really have something to ask you right now, because you use the right words. This
okay.
activist mindset, the
Yes.
activist frame of mind.
Yeah.
People have started that. They really look down upon
Yes.
activism. Oh,
Mm,
you're an activist, you're an
mm,
environmentalist.
mm.
It's like a derogatory term, or kind of putting you aside, that, oh my goodness, you make too much noise, or you're too negative, or you're just here to spoil the fun. So, that kind of a,
Shall I tell why? Why is that
yes.
perspective?
Mhm.
This also I understood after a lot of
That,
experiencing
that's
and
why I'm
letting
asking
go.
you that, please share it with everybody.
Yes. So when we stand and start complaining, pointing fingers is a very, it's nature. When we point fingers at others, nobody likes it, because we think others do that to us. The
Mhm.
whole world is a mirror of what we are thinking and doing. So why people think that is, you cannot put down anybody. We have no rights to put down anybody.
Yes.
And when a sustainable or a zero waste group or an activist group try to put down others and, hey, you are not doing this, you are not doing this while you're supposed to do that, you can say that these are the solutions available. Why don't we all do it? When you put the words differently, here again, I'm not pointing anybody's fingers, it's my own experience. We will be seen, if we are an activist, down or derogatory, because it's always that negativity is there, that a person propagating about sustainable living or a zero waste living or another plant based, when they put down the others, they think it's spoiling fun. But let me tell you, Anuja, we travel to a lot of places, we enjoy. Even when Northeast, all 8 states we covered, we always had 4 water bottles in our bag. We don't buy the water bottles. Get the
Yes.
warm water or purified water. If I go to Lachen or Lachung in Sikkim, mountain water itself is pure. It is not allowed also there.
Yeah.
And even a small child there. I saw a small child there. When my son by accidentally put the chocolate wrapper down, he said, the child is saying to year, hey, uthao, dustbin mein dhalo. This was 6 years ago.
So cute. But that's so powerful.
Yes, it
That's
is.
what we want to see.
So what I am trying to convey is, just do what you can do as a change maker. Self, you are the most important person. You are the most important person in your life. It doesn't mean you're selfish. You're more powerful that way. And do what you can. Then you see the change, then you tell me how it went, what went wrong. Your inner self will tell you, or you will get guided saying that this is not right. It's okay. Now, let me share one more thing.
Yeah.
I got into a depression when I couldn't shift my, menstrual routine with the cloth diapers, or so-called cloth diapers that is in the market, or with the menstrual cup, due to various reasons. Okay, I was literally under pressure that I had to go zero waste. 6 months I suffered. Not only I suffered, my husband suffered. My family suffered
Yeah.
because they could see me going down.
Yeah.
None of the others came to rescue there. Only they were there. I had to take care. I realized, I let go of the fact that, okay, what is right for me, let me do.
Yes.
I don't need
Precisely.
to prove anybody. It's for my health. I know what is good for my health. So please listen to your body and be happy.
Yeah.
We are born in this world. We have a purpose. Definitely. When your time is right, you will understand your purpose. Take care of yourself. Invest in you, in your personal and professional growth. Invest in right things. Everything right will come to you at the right time. So it's all about how we take.
Yeah.
So there is struggle. It's not easy, but it's how we handle it, how we see it.
Yeah. And everyone's, every individual's way is different. We cannot
Absolutely.
put all the eggs or potatoes in the same basket and
Yes,
say that,
you
oh,
can't.
they are a part of the group, so they are all the same. No, we are all diverse. We all have different experiences. We all have big, variety of backgrounds. So we all have our own ways of handling things, or
Yeah.
uh, understanding when is the right way to handle it, or when is the right time to handle. So I have experienced that myself, that sometimes
Mm.
being in groups really tires you
Yes.
mentally.
Yes, it does.
And
So we need to know how to keep it away detached, but do our
yeah,
work, or drop it if it is not going to energize you.
yeah, you're absolutely right there, because I'm sure many people must have experienced that. But
Yes.
sometimes you just are there because you feel that it's important to be there for the sake of solidarity, or it's important to be there for the sake of, the unity, all of that. But if you are not a contributing, a positively contributing person because of that negativity or what is bringing you down, then you're not in a good state of mind to be
Absolutely.
creative
Yes.
and do anything good. So I totally understand what you're saying, and and many people have been talking about this because yes, it since that lockdown thing happened and many things went online, many people have gone through this, even in their
Yeah.
family WhatsApp groups, in their friends WhatsApp. It has been kind of a mental abuse,
Yeah.
that level it has happened. So people just quit groups and, go into that sulking state. But yeah, it is a fact, and mental health is most important.
Very,
It
very
will,
important. And one more small, humble request is, don't hold on to something very tight. Yeah, life is very simple. If your inner child wants something to enjoy, you're craving for something, please don't bring in that complexity saying that I cannot do this, I cannot
yeah.
do that. You want to eat ice cream, go ahead and eat it, please. If you want to jump,
Exactly.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah, because see, when we talk about out of the box thinking or innovation or creativity, it doesn't have these one, two, three rules written. You have
Yeah.
to be flexible, you have to be
Yes.
adaptable.
Yes.
That's what will make you what you want to be. If you are
Absolutely.
like strict,
Yeah.
there was an example that earlier Rishi Muni also used to give, that if there's a
Mm.
stick, if you try to do this, it won't bend, it will just
Break.
break. So
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it's of no use.
Yeah.
But if something that is, bendable, then it
Yeah.
can take any shape or any form, and it has a longer use or
Yes.
many utilization. So we have to become that, not just be
Yes.
very rigid in our thinking. So I'm loving that you brought those points, because there are many people and they are younger,
Yeah.
and they have these chain of experiences that they'll be going through. I would say at 50 we've gone through many experiences,
Mm.
all sorts of experiences. So we can say, okay, I know how it feels. I've gone through that, I've been there. But the younger ones who are still,
Yeah.
who have little babies, little children, and they are like,
Yeah.
I want to do this, but I don't have the time, I don't know, I feel so guilty how to do it. I just tell them,
Mm.
don't feel guilty, do what you want as an individual.
Yeah.
Not everyone can use cloth diaper.
Yeah.
It's not possible. So
Mm.
you don't have to feel guilty and literally tell yourself that no, I'm not doing something good. It's about what is your present
What is possible
circumstances.
for each of
Yeah,
them, and each experience will be different. So the best possible, which can not harm you and the planet, is something you can go for, and it all depends on you.
exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. You have to make the choices and then take ownership of that, not feel guilty or, sulk in that process. So that's
Yeah.
important for all the younger lot who's getting into sustainability and they think that, oh, this is the right way and this is the right word.
Yeah.
Sustainable is something that can work for you for a long time. Sustainable is
Yeah.
not like a one medicine that you pop and you become sustainable.
Yes.
Something that you can do every day is sustainable, right?
True. True. Very
Great.
true.
Great. So I'm sure there are so many other things that we want to talk about. But what about you? You must have, like you work with children, you must have seen what is lacking. We are talking about sustainability, we are
Yeah.
talking about
Mm.
waste management, segregation,
Mm.
composting.
Mm.
Like we are covering everything that we can, but
Mm.
we still see there are gaps.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
what is your take on that? What do you feel, why are these gaps there, and what can we do to bridge these gaps?
So it is my understanding and experience that the connect is missing, Anuja. The connect,
Mm-hmm.
the basic connect. People, children, schools, They are talking about SDGs, they are talking about climate change, they are talking about United Nations, but it is not a distant problem. They are showing about, Greta Thunberg was making into news. Everything is there. But it all bogs down to the connect. What I can do. I cannot stop only by talking about plastic. I cannot stop talking about beat plastic pollution. What I can do, what is that one step of change that I can take? It's not only for school projects that it should stop.
Yes.
It should not only stop for eco clubs.
Yes.
It should bog down to everyone's lifestyle. As simple as carry your own water bottle. Wherever we go, let's carry our own water bottle. Can we
Always.
do that? Yes.
Always.
So yeah, so now it's very alarming when we go to any marriage or function, the 1.5 tumbler, 100 ml, 150 ml single-use water bottles have come. Can we carry our own water bottle and be a very proud change maker?
Yeah.
I carry my cup for payasam for the function. I carry my spoon, I drink it like that only, unless it's a chiroti or something they give. Then also I have a plate. So it's all about how we can be a change. At school, if the snacks are being given in paper cups, can we all request the children to either bring their own cup
Or
own cutlery, or the school can invest in reusable cutlery, or even if they given donne, they
yeah.
can dig a pit or have a system inside the premise which will compost it, keep composting it without generating or burdening the earth,
Yeah.
water, air. So
Yes.
any function happens in school, the children should not stop with making projects on recycling or interviewing entrepreneurs on upcycling, recycling, but it should bog down to their own houses and also in the immediate surrounding of the school.
Yeah.
This is my humble, very deep understanding, or what I have seen in my experience, Anuja. It should become their part of their lifestyle. One step of change is also fine. Whether you take your own bag to the shop, brown bags or paper bags are not eco-friendly because they do consume energy resources. They are also made by cutting trees. Unless you know for sure it is made with recycled paper pulp, we are going to throw it
Yeah.
after we use it. We don't reuse it. Some people, many of us reuse,
Yes.
definitely. With Indian, we have that in our culture, but nothing comes like taking your own bag which is reusable for 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Even that small individual grocery, individual vegetable, take that potly bag or make one from your own old sari bedsheet. Actually, we had Taruna, I think Taruna from Tapes and Scissors had joined.
Yeah.
She does wonderful upcycling of your old clothing and other stuff. There are a lot of people who do that.
Yeah.
In fact, we can do a tote bag out of old t-shirt without, sewing. So we have options.
Yes. Yes.
And if we are having of course we can't avoid nowadays the food deliveries, but if we are having a hotel where we are going,
Yeah.
we can carry our own boxes, take the chutney, sambar, and the tiffin and come.
Yes.
For non-veg, leave that black cover. Please carry your own box maybe, if you are going and buying it in the market. So, yeah, Tips and Sisters, she's there. Tina is there. Yes, Tina, I was talking about you. Sorry to tell your name incorrectly. So, simple habits,
Yes.
it should come in a lifestyle. Then the connect to the nature is more strong. Connect to the earth is more strong. Otherwise, it remains a lip service.
Yeah. What you said, in my words, I call it internalizing. Unless and until we have that moment when we internalize that this is my behavior, henceforward, this is what I have decided to do. This is my determination that I am not going to leave my house without my bottle or my cloth bag or X, Y, Z, whatever we choose.
Yeah.
Once that happens, then there is no looking back. And
Yes.
even one habit,
Yes.
if crores of people make that one habit, we are set. And then the
Nothing is
second
big.
habit, yeah,
Exactly.
then the
Nothing
second
is
habit,
big.
we are set. That's it. It's
Very
as simple as that.
good.
So, when all these farmers markets happen, in Pune, we have these Shetkari market where you have, once in a week thing. So they come and they put these tents and they sell what they get from the nearby villages. And I see people getting plastic, like polythene bags, asking them for polythene bags. And I've told those people many times, just tell them you don't have polythene bags. So people start giving excuses. I didn't plan to come here, so I was not carrying a bag. Oh, I'm not in my car. I just got a bike, so I'm not carrying a bag. I'm unprepared. I thought of buying only this. I don't have more. All these excuses that we know are excuses. So but to tell this to the shopkeeper that don't sell is not fair, because
It's
the
not fair
shopkeeper,
because we asked for it.
yeah, no, because shopkeeper is there to sell. They have traveled
Yes.
all the way in their tempo to sell their produce.
Yes.
So it's not fair that we tell them ki you don't sell.
Yeah.
We are telling them
Absolutely.
we'll give you bags,
Yeah.
and you tell them if you've forgotten your bag, no problem. Here, buy this bag for 10 rupee or 15 rupee or whatever, and then take whatever you want. People don't
Yes.
even want to buy that 10 rupee bag, and they argue and fight with the person, saying, like, this has been the complaint from the thela
Yeah.
walas and all these people, that ma'am, you are saying this and we also want to do that, but we cannot do that because these people always tell us, okay, we'll go to the other shop.
Okay.
It's like an emotional
They don't want
blackmail.
to lose business, right? We can't
Of course.
blame them. But I think it's all about what we can do, every person can do. It's not only these things, it also comes to someone using a public transport. I know of some people in my network who diligently use only public transport. That is also a contribution.
Yeah, exactly.
It is not this or that or this or that. Somewhere the step of change, if every person can take, you can say no to straws if possible, and drink the
Even the
the tender
Nariyal
coconut or
Pani directly.
or the juice in
Yes.
the tumbler itself,
Yeah.
which itself is a huge contribution.
Yes.
So that's what here absolutely, when the vegetable vendor or the shop tempo wala says, it's not pointing fingers again, it's what we do. That is the absolute thing that we want to see and practice.
Yes. So what we here are planning to do is, that's what I want to do in my life. That as we see that the market is flooded with plastic bags and polythene bags, I want to have this situation where the market is flooded with cotton bags. The cloth bags or reused material bags. It's flooded to such an extent that nobody needs to even, when the shopkeeper is even selling something, the person says, I have my own
Can
bag.
I add something
Yes.
here? Can I add something here?
Yeah, please.
So, one, we cannot replace one evil with another evil. It's all about also going for upcycled, because textile fast fashion is one of the most
I meant
top pollute
I meant
polluted.
upcycled. I am not
Upcycled.
talking about yeah, as in from the
Absolutely.
old
Yes.
clothes, from old
That's right.
clothes,
But
old
it's
skirts.
about one-time investment, and people can start reusing it, or get the bags made from their old bed
Yeah,
sheets, or saris which can be made into thailas and potli bags, etc. We have people doing it here. Tina is there who does it. You can, I am also yet to send to her something, though I've been watching her reels also. So as you say, you are right, but for that shift to come, it comes as consumers, we have to demand.
yeah,
When we demand, we get what we
yeah,
demand.
exactly.
So that is the whole thing about. So we demand chemical vegetables, we get polluted land, water, air.
Yeah,
It's as simple as
but
that. Mhm.
for the shopkeepers and the business people,
Yeah.
they have one principle: customer is God.
Absolutely.
So if customer is
Yes.
God,
Yeah.
why don't we take that opportunity to be dictating the terms?
Mm.
Here we are
Mhm.
actually buying or being quiet and just taking what is being given. We have to be wiser and ask.
Yeah.
So I wish that I had my bags that I had, gotten made. I
Uh,
had a lady coming home and then
awesome.
making all these bags out of the um, kurtas and skirts and
Wonderful.
whatever the material is, we make bag as per that. Like we make
Wonderful.
potlis, we make pouches to keep mobile and change, or we make
Beautiful.
a jhola bag, so or a shopping bag based on the material and how sturdy that material is.
I would
So
like to show my handbag here, actually made out of upcycled cotton yarns, the
that's nice.
and whatever you're seeing here is tire tube waste upcycled from that.
Amazing. My
So
bag
yeah.
is not here. Oh, my bag is here. Wait. So my bag is, I got it in one of
Um,
the conferences, and this has
okay.
been my like beloved bag since then. It is made out of repurposed denim, and
Mm,
it just holds everything in the world.
everything.
This is
That is
like my
important.
this is like my bag. Even if I go
Yeah.
to any place, this is becoming my identity.
Yeah.
Because if I don't practice what I preach,
Yes.
nobody is ever going to listen.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
unless I am a sustainable person that people see, they're not going to, ever think that it's important to practice what you preach. So
What we
great.
preach and what connects to us.
Yes,
That is
exactly.
very important.
Yeah. Now my children
Yeah.
are grown up, so I don't really need any of those baby things or anything. But when we go to, eat outside, we make sure, like I go for any conferences, I don't drink in paper cups. If there
Mm,
is no glass cup or steel cup available, I don't drink any
mm,
tea or anything. But
mm,
usually 60
mm,
70% of the time I ask them
mm,
for a steel cup and they go and bring it, and then
mm.
people tell me that how come you are getting a steel cup and a different cup and we are drinking in this. I said you didn't ask for it,
Ah.
you know.
Right.
So you
Yes.
if you ask for it, people also become conscious that, oh, why is someone not wanting to drink in paper cup? That becomes your
Yes.
teaching
Mm,
moment. You
mhm.
quickly tell them
Yes.
what is the
Yeah.
harm in drinking in paper cup. So that
Mm,
way I get a chance to advocate that with auto people, with guards and watchmen who bring tea in the polythene bags. You get so many opportunities to make people aware about what are the changes they can do.
yeah.
So there's so many messages, and I'm not able to read all of them, but
Yes. It's a great conversation.
amazing. So yes, yes. Tapes and Scissor. Tina says, I feel the giant brands should think of changing their packaging or call their packaging bags. Yes, EPR should be practiced there because major stuff come packs in of plastics and consumer. Of course, how much can we avoid and how much can we
Yeah.
send for recycling? It has to be
Yes.
taken back. So
There is one number stats I would like to share
yes,
here
yes,
that, in this last 30, 40 years, out of about 9 billion tons of plastic. This is an approximate number given by UN EP website. This much plastic has been generated. Less than 10% has been recycled.
yes,
So, where is the rest gone? We see great garbage patch in the oceans. We see landfills everywhere. We see burning garbage. We see our own seas in India puking out garbage. The stormwater drains are choked with paper cups and other things. So we do not have, for the amount of population that we are growing, uh, we do not have so much recycling facilities. Recycling is not the new word. It's about reduce
yes,
and reuse.
yes.
That is the way to go.
And people, I am very, I would say, sometimes I get very curt about saying all these things to people when they only talk about recycling, because recycling is the last R, and we are talking about the first 3 Rs: refuse, reduce, and reuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be the principle, but they are just, because of the profit and the business angles, they just want recycling to be the first, so once the recycling is flourishing, indirectly they are saying that there is no need to refuse, there is no need to reduce, we will keep producing and
Yeah.
we will keep recycling. I don't understand what sense does it make
Yeah.
to wear clothes made out of PET bottles that will actually give you more microplastics on your body. you
Yeah.
know we are trying
In
to
fact, there was a shocking news that I heard from a bottle big dealer in Bangalore, where when I was a partner director, we were sourcing these cleaned, reused wine bottles for refilling our liquid. So we were practicing using reused bottles for filling. That was also a huge contribution that we were doing. It's still being done. I was shocked to hear from the glass dealer telling to another friend who is trying to work in the circular economy of zero waste grocery supply chains that they have stopped cleaning the bottles and bringing it for reuse. They are
why. Oh,
saying we have to ask why. Now we have to see why, what is happening. So, in the way we are consuming, there is also another uh, learning page that says we are consuming the way we are consuming the resources. We already need 1.6 times the
yeah,
earth. Can we just afford? Can we afford it? No.
it's just going to burst, and that's what pralay, when people say
No, nothing will
pralay.
happen. No, 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 no. We will all do our bit, and the
That's
planet will be
what
very beautiful. We'll all
uh,
be healthy.
my children keep reminding me, based on what they read, that जब वो टाइम आता है तो कल की अवतार होता है, and कल की अवतार, so you all are कल की अवतार. Think of yourself as कल की अवतार, who can save. And once we think that, yeah, we can make sense, and share it with someone, in not in a jargon way, but in
Yeah.
a very simple individual conversation kind
Yes.
of manner,
Yeah.
everyone wants to change and everyone wants to live healthy and happily. It's just that we need
Yes.
to change that tone of the conversation. We need
True.
to talk from the point of view of the person we are talking to.
Mm.
We are not always
Mm.
presenting in a conference or in a boardroom.
Yeah. True.
And the statistics and the facts say that rich pollute more or create more trash than the poor.
Because our buying capacity is directly related to the consumption patterns,
Yeah.
the needs and wants. We have to identify that and go for it.
So nobody talks about needs, everything is wants now. When you put those categories of what you need and what
Yeah.
you want,
Yeah.
I need everything. No, you need very few things. Your want is everything. And like Mahatma Gandhi only said that earth has everything for everyone's needs,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have for everyone's greed.
Great. Yeah.
So that is the principle we need to remember, and we need to take forward.
Yeah.
That
True.
when we say minimalism, that is minimalism, consume less. When we
Mm.
talk about SDGs, uh, uh, the sustainable production and sustainable consumption, that is very important.
Yeah, a boardroom talks about sustainability, ESG goals, but still they go for, I'm not telling anybody in specific, but still they go for these rampant single-use mineral water disposable bottles and paper cups. It defeats the purpose. So I think
Exactly.
mindfulness in every aspect definitely helps. And it is not rocket science. Yeah.
It is, and I'm experiencing the same. Everywhere I go, the first two things are that are absolutely, kind of literally ruining what the concept of sustainability is your single use plastic water bottles and the paper cups. And why can't they change that? So since we talk to corporates more often, and you go and give the presentations. I'm sure you are talking about it. I am already talking
Yes.
about it. We want more people to talk about it in a respectful and gentle manner, that
Exactly.
listen,
Yes.
this is enough. You cannot do this. Don't talk about SDG and ESG if you can't replace the water bottles with glass and paper cup with ceramic cup or glass or steel cups. So we need to really bring those changes, because that's the first change. Then
Yeah.
we'll know, okay, they really mean that they want to change. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's just greenwashing. Wow. I really want to go on, and this conversation will never end, but I guess we can do a part two someday.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. So it was so enlightening and lovely talking to you.
My
I
pleasure.
hope you
Thank
enjoyed.
you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing your experiences and your journey.
Sure.
And
Thank you so much. And I love the fact that some have been there throughout in this live, which is like extended for almost more than an hour. This is the second longest live I've done actually. And it's very nice connect basically. So thank you so much for
yes,
that.
everyone who's part of this wants to do it so passionately, and they are so invested in it that the questions will never end, and the solutions, the brainstorming will never end.
Yes.
So it's good that I can also add you to our group, and then we can have conversations there, and more of such things, because not only people on Insta Live need it, but people who cannot be on Insta Live, maybe they are on
Yes.
Facebook, maybe they are on LinkedIn. So we
Yes.
should try and go to all these various, explore these various platforms, and go and talk their language, and try to, like Steve Jobs said, that make a dent in the universe. So that's what we want to
Yeah,
do.
true. But take that step one step at a time. Rome was not built in a day.
Yes,
So it's okay to take your time,
it's
but make a dent one small step at a time.
exactly, exactly. Thank you so much for those wise words. Thank you. And everyone who's joined, thank you so much for your time. And we shall be back next week with yet another warrior. And I'm so excited that the warrior, I just interacted with the person who's coming next week, and they are doing amazing things, very different. And we'll discuss and disclose next week on next Wednesday. So until then, we will keep engaging and talking. Thank you so much, Lakshmi. Thank you, everyone who's chatted, who's shared their thoughts, who's given ideas. Thank you so much. Together we can and we will.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good night. Bye, everyone. Take care.